Hi all, my name is Joshua Galea and today I've chosen to do my individual speaking task on health throughout the life course, specifically answering the question, explain the importance of a social determinant of health in early stage of life in HIV prevention. Now I know you might be wondering, what social determinant of health did you choose, Josh? Well, I have chosen education. Education can be defined as a socially facilitated process of cultural transmission. Did you know successful HIV treatment-based prevention techniques have been hindered due to poor education? In other words, as a result of a lack of education, some people have not acquired the necessary knowledge of HIVs and therefore don't know the consequences it can have on them. Importance of education in early stage of life in order to prevent a HIV. A study in Tanzania measured the outcomes of long-term education on HIV and AIDS. The results of that study found a decrease in the number of sexual partners both men and women were interacting with and increased condom usage. Another study measured the effectiveness of peer education in HIV prevention amongst high school students. The results of that study found that the students who undertook the peer education approach were more empowered to increase their personal responsibility and to adopt a safer behavior in sexual practice. So, what can we conclude from education in regards to early HIV prevention? Well, education and HIV prevention have a direct link to each other. As we have seen from the studies, participants who are educated about HIV prevention tend to want to avoid getting a HIV. It makes sense, right? Obviously, the students who are educated know what a HIV is and they know the consequences it can have on them, so they would want to avoid it. Learning about HIV prevention at an early stage in life goes a long way. When I say this, I mean from that study where the high school students who learnt about it knew the necessary knowledge about HIVs that they should have. So knowing it from a young age allows them to grow up with that knowledge and pass it on to other people who may not know, and even further pass it on to their kids who then they would want to avoid getting a HIV, and so forth and so forth. I have did my reflective analysis and feedback on Lyndon Lee's presentation on health and culture in week 3. And these are my references if you guys want to do further research. Thank you all for listening to my presentation.